Welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I am Susan, your hostess. We have been out in the garden this morning for about 3 hours, maybe a little longer. Then I had to take a shower because I was in a full sweat. But we got all our tomatoes pruned back from all the dead foliage on there because of the heat that we've been having, excessive heat in our area. And I'm working through some pain right now because literally I'm in pain. So today is garden 25, sow it, grow it. I'm going to show you what I harvested, and it's also intentional living. We are living with intention. So today's intentional living is to work through the pain, work through it. If you need a rest, rest, but get back up and get to it, because you only have today. You're not promised tomorrow. So make the best of your day. We're going to be working through a lot of vegetables. A lot of vegetables. And I have a friend that's going to be coming by to pick up some eggs. So I'm going to gift her some of these vegetables as well. And I'm going to start by labeling my bag. It's sweet jalapeno. I like to keep these separate because they're not as hot as the hot peppers. And so I try to keep those separated. And so just using a sandwich bag and putting them in the refrigerator, we'll know that those are sweet jalapenos, and that's one task down. Let's work through some of my tasks today. We may not get all of them on camera, but you know that I am working very, very hard to bring in the harvest this year and to preserve as much of it as absolutely possible. Some of this is going to be our supper tonight. I am so excited to be sharing the bounty of God's blessings that He's blessed us with, and I hope that your gardens are doing just as well. Part of living intentionally is having enough bowls on hand to handle the projects that you have. So this one will be for my okra. More than likely this one will be for green beans, and then we'll see what we have after that. I'm just going to set these in my sink because I have that space available. So we have plenty of okra, and I'm sure I have okra in both of my bins here because yesterday and today's pick. We have cucumbers and lots of okra and a few weeds. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use a bigger bowl for the green beans. We'll see how this works out, because I know I have green beans in that other basket as well. And I've got plenty of bell peppers. Another bowl. We're going to set this one aside for right now. Use the big bowl for the bell peppers. And cucumbers, I'm just going to set here on the counter for right now. That one kind of got away from us. We may need this pan again, but I'm just going to leave it sitting there for now, and we're going to work on this second bag. Bring it in a little closer. I also pulled out the bag of hot peppers. So when I come to the hot peppers, I can throw them in there. Beautiful, beautiful bell peppers this year. Red cayennes, y'all. I'm so excited to have those. Let me get this bag opened up. Set that back there because I think there's some more in here. More of the cayennes. Lots and lots of cayenne, y'all. I'll show you what I'm doing with the cayenne in just a moment. More tomatoes. Oh my gosh, more tomatoes. We've got green beans. A lot of green beans. I'm going to get these snapped and in water, and maybe by tomorrow I'll have enough to can. More cucumbers. That one was eaten off of. We may throw that one out to the birds. Cayenne, cayenne. Another tomato. And more hot peppers. Oh my gosh. These are jalapenos. I've got jalapenos and hot banana peppers in this bag. Cayenne. That one got quite big. We also have rain in the area, so I was able to get out in my garden early this morning before the rain and get the majority of my garden picked. I don't know if I'm going to be able to close my bag. I may not be able to close the bag. Garden shears. One more piece of okra. Lots of green beans. Basket is empty. All right, we're going to take a look at everything I have pulled out, and I'll show you all of the tomatoes we have in our house right now. I have quite a bit to work through today. Starting with okra. We've got enough there for a good mess of okra, and I'm going to air fry these. Yum, yum. Green beans. These are the Louisiana purple pod green beans. So tasty. Cucumbers. Bell peppers. Oh my, and look, this is a huge bowl of bell peppers. Hot peppers. And I can't even close the bag. Sometimes if I shake it enough, I can get it down in there. Hey, I did it. I got them in there. Look at that. I'm stringing the cayenne with a needle and cotton thread. You want 100% cotton thread when you do this. And I go through a little below the cap and just push it up there. This way they air dry and I don't have to pull out the dehydrator to dry my peppers. And I can use these as a powder, cayenne pepper powder, or I can make pepper sauce with this, the red pepper sauce that you buy in the store. And I've got Tabascos just loaded, so I'll probably be making Tabasco sauce and cayenne pepper sauce this year. I got one that's green, but it's going to go on here anyway. It fell off when I was pulling the red peppers. I'm trying to avoid the green ones. I want them to get completely ripe and full of flavor. You always want to wash your hands after handling peppers. That's so important. Ask me how I know. You got an itchy nose or an itchy eye and you rub your eye or your nose and you're going to know that you've been handling hot peppers. And this is just about full. And I'll have to start a new string. But these are just absolutely wonderful. They look so pretty hanging in the kitchen this time of year. And you can actually leave them hanging until you're ready to use them. Plus, when I hang them, I can collect the seed out of these and have bouquets of cayenne peppers for years to come out of this year's harvest. New plants, free plants. Got a couple more to put on here. And y'all, I just hang it wherever I can find a spot in my kitchen. And we have put another few inches on that. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And I take my needle and I just poke it in my curtain. Oh, there goes my curtain rod. I'll have to fix that. And we'll be right back. You have to learn to laugh at yourself. I decided I needed to sit down for a little bit, so I pulled my stool out, and we're going to start our intentional living cards. And the first card is Be Virtuous. I'm going to read two scriptures. The first one is the Proverbs woman. Proverbs 31, 10 and 11. Well, 10 through 12. Let's go there. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all of her days. And then we're going to flip over to Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, and I am reading out of the King James Version, by the way. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. God's word is full of little gems like that, and I enjoy bringing those to you. So be virtuous. Intentional living is push through the pain. I am pushing through the pain. I have a non-addictive pain medicine that I take for the arthritis, and it is the pain in my lower back where I have ruptured and herniated disc. So I worked a little bit extensively this morning, and I triggered some pain. So I will be trying to rest the majority of the afternoon once I get through all of my vegetables. Which brings us to the next card. We've talked about all of these, by the way, in our video today. Rest when you need to, or rest when you need it. I am definitely going to rest my back. I actually came in and took a little nap after I had my shower because I needed that. Just a little 15-20 minute nap, and it revitalized me. Intentional living is you are only promised today, make the best of it. So on days like this, when I have to push through the pain to get the work done that needs to be done around the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, I'm going to make the best of my day. I don't care how bad I feel. I'm going to try to make something happen that needs to happen in my homestead. Intentional living is to have the tools you need for the job. Today I needed bowls to sort out all of my vegetables, and so I'm thankful and grateful we have bowls that we have picked up at yard sales and thrift stores and even a restaurant that we can reuse over and over again. They're stainless steel and they will last a lifetime. Intentional living is prune what is not necessary to thrive. This morning I spent time in the garden pruning back tomato plants, the foliage on those tomato plants so that they would thrive. But we also need to prune things out of our life in order for us to thrive. Intentional living is to bless others. I talked about my friend coming by, and I'm going to pull some of these vegetables for her and bless them with those vegetables. I want to bless my friends. Intentional living is use your resources wisely. I have a lot of vegetables here that I don't want to spoil. So I'm going to be working through them to make sure that I can preserve them and be able to use them in many, many projects, like my bell peppers. This year I'm dehydrating my bell peppers. I got a fly in here again. They come in the house with me. So taking the bell peppers and dehydrating them is a way to preserve the harvest. It is a way to make sure that I'm using my resources wisely. It is frugal living at the best. Go away, fly. And it is intentional. And it is really bothering me. Y'all get a good laugh out of this because I'm laughing too, and I hope it don't fly in my mouth while I'm talking. This morning, intentional living is count your blessings. And what did I say at the very beginning? This is a blessed, bountiful harvest given by the Lord. Yes, we work for it. It is work that we toil and labor. The book of Genesis talks about this, that we will toil all the days of our life. But God has given us every seed-bearing plant for our benefit. And some will give us a 30-fold, some will give us 50-fold, and some will give us 100-fold. And believe me, I believe the tomatoes are showing out this year with the 100-fold. We did count your blessings. Intentional living is save your garden seeds. I talked about that as I was stringing those cayenne peppers. Saving those seeds, I will have plenty of cayenne plants from year to year. And I can share those with my friends and give them free cayenne peppers for their household. How about that? And I think that was the last card, y'all. Save your seeds. I got to get busy in here. So I have a special message for you at the end of this video. I hope you'll stick around to listen to that. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you for the many comments, the likes, the friendships, and for sharing this content out. Take a moment and watch all of the advertisements because that is how I get monetized and get paid. I appreciate each and every one of you for your time and your patience. And y'all, I have this special content over here I think you might like.